who is the best player in the WNBA right now?
I'm so sorry to anybody who's listening to this who probably thought I was going to say Caitlin Clark.
Time to jump into some WNBA storylines. So first things first, we saw a rookie year Caitlin Clark. Now we get to experience a sophomore year Caitlin Clark. What does year 2 have in store for her, you think?
Well, it's a good question. There wasn't a whole lot that she didn't accomplish in her first season, other than probably a playoff win and maybe a potential playoff deep run. But I would say that let's move beyond rookie of the year, right? Caitlin was in MVP conversation. She was 4th on that voting list, so maybe MVP could be in the mix. It could very well be that also she wants to get a little bit better with her efficiency. Now, Caitlin's a fantastic scorer, but one thing that she'll even tell you is like, hey, I want to get better with my efficiency and I want to cut down on my turnovers. That should really solidify her game because she's got a whole bunch of pieces now around her in Indy. They brought over Natasha Howard. They've got DeWanna Bonner. They re-signed Kelsey Mitchell. They've got a rework starting lineup now and a bench to go along with it. Sophie Cunningham is there. Sid Colson's there. A lot of veteran talent, a lot of scoring options to kind of lighten that load for her. So I fully expect her to kind of crisp up her game a little bit. And honestly, I think that you'll probably see her playing a little bit more free. She had some time off to actually relax and get an entire off season to kind of just work on her game. So I fully expect that she'll be ready to rock once the season starts.
Apart from Caitlin, what sophomore year player do you have on your radar this year? I'm sure quite a few, but which one are you most excited for?
Oh, that's a really good question. So the one that I'm actually going to talk about is Cameron Brink. Cameron's rookie season got cut short because of an injury, but she was leading the league in blocks as a rookie before she, had to unfortunately go away from the court. So I fully expect once Cam comes back, what will she do? How will she lift that Sparks team? Cam is a defensive menace in the paint. She's blocking everything within her range. She's also got to get better with her scoring, which I think will come along as well. The good thing for Cam is that she's been working. So I fully expect her to take that leap. And really and truly, the Sparks really miss Cam without her there. And so I really think that will help them kind of reset that culture a little bit that they're talking about in LA. And hey, we have championship expectations. So I really think that Cam's sophomore season is one that everybody needs to be paying attention to.
Right. We've seen the Aces repeat, try and get a third and fail. So I want to ask you this. Do you think that the Liberty will repeat their run this year?
Ooh, oh my gosh. It's so hard to repeat. I think that they can. I don't know. I'm not really fully locked into the thought that they will, mainly because it's so hard to do it back to back. There's a reason why that you haven't seen that many franchises win them consecutively. But I will say this: if you get a healthy Breanna Stewart, you get Nyjah Laney Hamilton back and healthy. You've got Natasha Cloud on board now, so there's a lot of pieces there to help the Liberty get back. They've got mainly the same roster, so I wouldn't be shocked at least to see them get back to the finals. But I will give you this. The Lynx are probably still really mad about losing the finals to the Liberty. So keep them in your, within your rear view, because I really think that they're probably going to make a really big push to get back there.
All right, I want you to give it to me straight. Who is the best player in the WNBA right now?
It's Angel Wilson. There is no question about it. I'm so sorry to anybody who's listening to this who probably thought I was going to say Caitlin Clark. That's no disrespect to Caitlin at all, but even Caitlin has said it is Angel Wilson. She's just otherworldly. Her MVP season is something that probably not many sports in general have seen. 1,000 points in a season. Just this, I don't know. It's hard to describe what it's like watching her play. She's just super hard to guard as well, and she's very efficient. So I just think that it's Asia. It's Asia's, world, and we're just kind of living in it. If you're talking about people that are probably right there, yeah, Caitlin Clark's coming for that as well. I do think that there's a world in which exists that Caitlin Clark could be the best player in the WNBA this season.
We saw the Fever. They were able to turn things around after getting Caitlin Clark and was able to see the playoffs for the first time since 2016. So I hate to compare, but with two talented first-round picks, it's hard not to. So can the Wings do it with Paige Beckers?
Ooh, I think they can. So hear me out with Dallas. Dallas did a really good job in free agency, bringing over some pieces to kind of build their team up before Paige arrived, right? You get Ty Harris, you get Dejanay Carrington, you get Nalissa Smith. You get all of them added onto that starting lineup with Arike Agumbawale and Tierra McCowan. That is a really solid starting five right there. But if you're adding Paige Beckers into the mix, what she instantly does is lifts that heavy burden that Arike might feel to kind of carry the team, so to speak. Last year, the Wings had a ton of injuries. Satu Sabali wasn't available for them, so it was mainly the Arike show, and everybody else was just kind of like, hey, let me see if we can help her out. So I think what that does is lightens the load for Arike. She's got Paige Beckers right by her side. Paige is probably going to play point guard, which is her specialty. So I do think that the Wings could probably snag a playoff spot. I've got them penciled in as a potential, probably an 8th seed. I won't go, too crazy. We won't get too wild, but yeah, I could see them snagging an 8th seed behind Paige, somewhere around 20, 22 wins would definitely certainly get them in that range.
The dynamic of teammates reuniting is something I love. Hailey Van Lith and Angel playing together again. Oh my God. We're already seeing them hanging on social media together. It seems like, that familiar chemistry is there. So what do you think we can expect from them and the Sky?
Yeah, Hailey Van Lith and Angel Reese is one of the best storylines of the whole entire season. It's something that has been brewing, of course, for a little while. They've kept in contact since Hailey transferred to TCU and Angel went on to the WNBA. So now they're back together after being at LSU. And the thing that I look forward to the most is having a point guard that the bigs in Chicago can depend on. One of the things that we saw last season is that the relationship with the point guards and the bigs wasn't exactly, very tight. And so there was a lot of opportunities that kind of went missed on the floor. So I fully expect that Hailey is going to learn from Courtney Vandersloot, which I expect to be the starting point guard in Chicago, and that she'll build upon that relationship with that crisp passing. So I fully expect that she will be feeding Angel in the paint, and Angel will do the reverse. She'll also feed Hailey. Angel's actually really good at passing. I don't think a lot of people give her enough credit for that, but she's really good at passing as a big. So I fully expect that when Hailey is on the floor, she'll be looking to get the ball to Angel and vice versa.
The Sparks aren't going to have Cameron Brink for the start of the season, but the big offseason move was grabbing Kelsey Plum. Yeah. What's their team looking like this year?
Yeah, so the Sparks went out and grabbed Kelsey Plum to kind of be their floor general. What I expect for Kelsey is kind of calm the Sparks down a bit. They've had a lot of change over the last several months, but what Kelsey does is bring in that veteran leadership. She's got the championship experience, as well as she's got a reunion with Dearica Hamby, which that should pay dividends immediately. Dearica and Kelsey obviously played together in Vegas, so now they're back together. I fully expect that you're going to see the Sparks kind of take a leap, right? You also got a sophomore season for Rickea Jackson, who had an under-the-radar season last year, was also in, some of those Rookie of the Year, rumblings there. So I fully expect that Kelsey will bring her knowledge there, her presence there. And I would also pencil in the Sparks for a possible playoff spot. I know people aren't really thinking about the Sparks all that much because, hey, this is a soft rebuild, but pencil them in. If I think that Kelsey Plum can actually take that team to the next level, yeah, the Sparks want to win now. So you've got to start by building that.
So Phoenix is also looking like a super team this season, and even with DT gone, should people be fearing the Mercury?
I would, honestly. You have no PT.
You didn't sound a little too convincing.
Yeah, I would. I honestly would. I would say this. On paper, Phoenix looks really good. You've got Satu Sabali, you've got Alyssa Thomas, you got Kalia Copper, right? Those are your big three. That's not too bad for getting rid of Diana Taurasi and Brittany Griner, right? This is a whole new era now. So what becomes the question now is how far can Phoenix really go, right, with that big three? Not to mention, they don't have nearly as much depth as they probably once did because they had traded away those pieces in the offseason. Natasha Cloud's not there anymore. And there's several other pieces who are now on the move. So I think for Phoenix, the question is the super team gamble worth it? Like, if they win a playoff series or two, was that worth it, right, in the first year? But if I'm thinking Phoenix, they probably have, of course, championship aspirations. I'm just not convinced that it would happen in the first year. That would be phenomenal. Yeah. But a lot of teams that put together these big super teams don't always come away with the hardware. So I just want to temper expectations in that regard. But I do think that they are somebody that you should keep on the radar because they've got plenty of weapons in that starting five.